A U.S. Marine serves his country, and now it appears his country is letting Amir Hekmati languish in a violent Iranian prison.
This man has served in Iraq as a Marine and then later as a contractor. He's still languishing in prison.
I was falsely imprisoned and put as part of a propaganda campaign.
We should be demanding his and others' release.
Amir put his life on the line for this country. He'd do it again. Bring him home.
He's done nothing wrong, and he's simply become a pawn in a geopolitical struggle between Iran and the rest of the world.
Please give this soldier just the dignity of life.
And our next guest served alongside our jailed Marine in Iran. U.S. Marine veteran Nick Kaywork joins us. Nick, nice to see you. And what are your thoughts tonight as he sits in that prison in Iran?
Good evening, Greta. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for your work in raising the awareness of my friend Amir's imprisonment in Iran. I feel sad for his conditions. You know, he's in a prison without electricity, without heat at times. It's up in the mountains, it's cold, he doesn't get the medical care he needs, and he's been languishing in that prison in Iran for 3 years. You know, he was captured in 2011, and we're still here today talking about it, and so I'm sad, I'm angry, and me and my fellow Marines just want to see him come home.
What's he like?
Amir's funny. Amir has a great sense of humor. He's quick to joke. He and I served together in school in 2002 through 2004, and he was a very popular guy, and everybody wanted to be in his presence. He was just a very happy person, and it's that energy that I think would made him so charismatic. It makes him so charismatic. Excuse me. We
have a picture of the two of you in the platoon that's up on the screen. How did you hear that he had, I know he went over to see his ailing grandmother. He's an American, born here,
Correct.
Gone over to Iran. He had a visa to get into Iran. How did you hear that he had been taken to prison?
I heard, much like everybody else did, when the family came public with his imprisonment. And it was a couple of years ago now. So when I first heard about it, you know, we're all in a very tight-knit group of friends still, even to this day. And we were all just talking about it on social media and talking about it on the telephone and just trying to figure out how could this possibly happen? What is going on? It's amazing to just hear on the news that this can happen to somebody, but for it to happen to a friend, for somebody so close to you, it was just it was surreal.
Do you think our government is using the right strategy or doing enough to try to get him home?
We can't do enough to get him home. I mean, this is not a political issue. This is not a left side, right side issue. This is a humanitarian issue. And so to spend too much energy saying that he should be a bargaining chip in the nuclear negotiations, I think that's just the wrong tack. We should be saying every day at the top of our lungs, at the top of the buildings, bring Amir home. He's a U.S. citizen. He's a United States Marine. There's no reason for him to be in that prison. He did nothing wrong. Bring him home.
You know, we've got Pastor Abedini also there for being a Christian for no reason other than he's a Christian, so he's in prison. We've got journalists who are in prison there. We've got Bob Levinson, who's missing there, who's an American. You know, there's just so many ugly things going on with Iran. It's like, how do we get our people home?
You know, it's on us as citizens, it's on us as people to really make it important to ourselves to recognize that the three men you mentioned, as well as any other person that's sitting in political prison right now, be brought home to their homeland. And it's on us as citizens to do exactly what you and I are doing right now, Greta, which is talk about it, raise awareness, and really get the word out and talk to the congressman, talk to anybody who you can, and make it real, make it personal, and make it important. And so that's what we're trying to do.
I give a shout out to Montel Williams every night on this because I got to tell you, Montel's doing what he can, pounding the pavement. Of course, he's a Marine too, you know, and
That's
this
right.
is near and dear to his heart as well. I know there's so many Marines I hear from every day on this topic, and we're just not giving it enough attention.
Greta, you've done amazing work in raising awareness on this issue. Back in December, when Amir went on a hunger strike, We Marines who were friends with him stood in solidarity with him and went on a hunger strike with him and really took to social media to try to, again, raise awareness about what he's going through and what his protest was about and what our protest was about, and standing in solidarity with him. And we're going to continue to do everything we can as people, as Marines, and as just people just tired of the treatment and mistreatment of Amir Hekmati.
And it's especially hard for us, those of us who have not served, see people who have volunteered like you and, of course, like Amir, when, it's like we need to go the extra mile to thank you and to do what we can.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And really what it comes down to is all of us getting on social media right now, using that hashtag #FreeAmirNow, and just put it out there, make it a deafening noise of awareness, just like we're doing right here.
Nick,
with you,
thank
Greta.
you.
Thank you.
Nick, thank you. I hope next time you come back, we're talking about some really good news.
I hope so, too. I hope he comes home soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.